into the hands of the Pistons on the advance. Here's Cunningham into the paint to Durant for the dunk. That's where they do so much of their damage, in the paint.
Yeah.
Looking in there just for an instant before Durant slapped it away. Getting it back, Harris on the run. And the Pistons again get down the floor and into the paint to score another bucket.
The idea from Tumani on that pass was right, just the timing was bad. He was trying to let everything clear and wait till Donovan was wide open, but Durant sniffed it out.
Avdija gallops in over a double team and laid it in. And across midcourt comes Harris. Cunningham off to Harris, into Durant, at the rim to lay it home.
It's a chain reaction, Kev. Then he's in the help position a little bit more than he would normally be. That's because he sees Cade Cunningham with the ball. And eventually, after a series of cuts,
Air ball grabbed out of there by Cunningham. They rotate it to Robinson for three and scores on a triple.
well, that first shot from Durant was contested by Donovan. He did a good job. DC contests the most shots in the NBA, right under 12 a game. But they just didn't come away.
Overs here early. Harris drives in, delivers the goods. Durant outside to Cunningham. And a straight line three is up and in. And the Pistons off to a good start. They take a lead of 7. Durant, though, comes to screen. He'll pop out. Durant looking and waiting for Robinson to clear up top. And then will roll. Green misses a second free throw. Avdija the other way on a high screen. Throws up top on the roll. There's Rob Williams, a third for the two-hand dunk on a great delivery. Swings it cross court. CD into the lane. Navigates. Outside of Love. He'll race for three. Comes off long. Cunningham in a dead sprint. Out to Ivy. It's a game. He's a two-way player. Detroit up 5. Skipping dribble into the lane. Sharp got trapped but finds Reith on the safety valve. Back to Shaden along the baseline. Eases into a following. Love operating. Intercepted at the point. LeVert puts that dribble out in front, races after it. He avoids Sharp, missed the shot, but alertly, Blazers coughing up in backcourt. Here's Thompson whirling in. Kicking outside to LeVert. He avoids and then shoots a deep two. But you had to beat a couple of really good basketball teams to get there.
We had a great regular season, and everything was geared toward making a run to try to get to the finals. And you know, we had a great run. Ultimately, you know, we go down 3-1 against the Lakers, but I think the character of our team, but it's a tough pill to swallow. And to be honest with you, I've never watched the game.
You really haven't watched the tape?
I haven't watched the game. I haven't watched the game.
Well, Mike Dunleavy earlier was telling everybody that after Smith hits a mid-range jumper, Detroit on top here by 8, 7:50 to go in the second quarter.
You know, the one thing that I do like about the Blazers and my first eye test on them in person, they play
wear teams down. I mean, defensively, and then if you look at it, at times we went so big with our length. For myself, Scottie Pippen, Bond,
selfish considering all the talent you have.
You know, I think other than Scottie Pippen, none of us had one. And so when I got traded here, and most people hollered
to go in the second quarter. Shaden Sharp off the screen, goes to Isaiah Stewart's body, double pumps, laying it up and in. Tough shot. Maneuvering in there of Ivy. He'll retreat to the corner. He's got an open
behind me and forget about it.
Not to remind you, but there you are. Here's Murray outside, top of the arc, driven.
Chris does not get a lot of attempts and makes from there. Top of the key. 3. Look good.
A minute left here in the second. Cunningham waves off a screen, drives it in deep, facilitates there to Ivy. Zigzag dribble across the middle. He'll heave and score. Jaden Ivey, 9 points in 11 minutes of work. Ivy will be a restricted free agent at the end of the year. And boy, Detroit. There is Sharp.
You know, fourth quarter with an opportunity in control. And I just, you know, and I think the fans in Portland who are as great of fans as we have in the entire NBA, the camaraderie you had with those guys, the battles that you fought, the adversity that you faced, you know, you take that with you after the fact, but, you know, to come back. And
we've already talked about the teams you had to beat, Garnett in Minnesota, Karl Malone, John Stockton in Utah, just to get to the top of the mountain to take on two guys who are arguably.
Well, listen, the thing about Rasheed he was as talented, every bit as talented as Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. He really was. And sometimes to a fault, he was too selfless. You know, he didn't want to be a first option, but he was a guy that had the ability to average 27, 28 a game and has a profound impact on what you can do offensively.
Here's Sharp with a steal, going downhill. The challenge, double pump and score. A year ago. Thank you, man. Good seeing you. Here's a lob inside. Williams, two-hand jam. And a whole lot of work here for the Blazers to get done. Asar Thompson handing off to Jalen Duren. In deep. Makes contact. Lost the ball. Got it back. Laid it up and in. Duren lays it home. The Blazers now shooting 4 of 24. 17% from 3. Into the lane comes Thompson, swoops in, going lefty to lay it in. Grabbed by Williams. Abdia up the floor, long lead pass to Love, leaves it to Ceedee. Fakes, drives, going lefty and laid it in. Good decision out there with that pump fake. Thompson over in the far corner, being watched by Sissoko. Skip pass, Harris fakes the 3, surveys. Setting up to Ivy, rotates to Thompson, gets into the body of Kamara. No whistle, play on, they say.
He actually had Chris available in that same spot again. Top of the key 3.
Blazers are a 33% shooting team from the perimeter. And it was right at Klingon. He went and made contact with Klingon and then used the left hand. Here comes Durham the other way. Old-fashioned down the tracks to lay it in.
Where the Maurice Lucas Foundation wanted me to go call a game. It was a celebrity.
And reminded them, obviously, and really don't need to be reminded, the great teams that you beat to get there. Kevin Garnett.
And, well, nobody was as stacked as we were. I mean, when you go down that line, I tell people, it prepared me for what should have been the best part of my career. Unfortunately, I got hurt, but I had to face Sheed every day.
I mean, Steve Smith, extraordinary shooter. Detlef Schrempf, people forget what a great three-point shooter he was. And Rasheed Wallace would put on displays of long-distance shooting before games.
No, that really is. That's a good point, DC.
I'm kidding you, man.
Well, we had Greg Anthony join, and he said that
their 14th road game of the year, they've won 9. Sharp out of the corner, a 3, got it. Shaden Sharp buries a triple. Commanded things in the paint, a 54-34 advantage for Detroit. Abdia goes downhill, trying to scoop.
they just converge.
Isaiah Stewart, he blocks nearly 2 a game. Back comes Duncan Robinson right down the middle of the floor and lays it in, and the Detroit Pistons lead it 97-81.
One last thing from Antonio. He said he's going to see his daughter for Christmas for the first time in 7 years. She's home rehabbing something. And so he was excited to see her instead of a direct line pass.
Abia looks at the rim, gives it over here to Sharp. He'll take the 3 over Robinson and buries it. So Shaden Sharp has knocked down a couple. Off to Harris to the baseline. Running right-hander at the side of the glass. Recovered by Abia. Up the floor. Bouncing over to Ceedee. Right to the cup for the 2-hand jam. Duren downhill into the leg, to the glass, laid it in. He has been so good tonight. Duren with 24. Abdia off the screen, checked by Robinson, gives to Sissoko, to Klingon for 3. Got it. Donovan! Klingon. Tamani and Klingon shut him off. Blazers, as a result, control. They bring it up. Under 5 minutes remaining. Denny off the screen, into the lane, to the glass. Powers in, banks and scores. And the Blazers are back within 2. Restraining himself. Detroit the other way, a 2-point lead. Hook pass outside. Kamara, 3 for the lead. Got it! Has brought the Blazers back with the triple. They lead by 1. They're Sharp to bring it out of backcourt. That's tipped away by Thompson. He comes the other way. Packs it with 2 hands.
He does that. Asar Thompson.
Klingon missing both free throws. Detroit basketball. Harris backs down on the post. Turns. Fades. No. Rebound tipped into the air. But corralled by Duren. And he'll lay it up and in. From the line for the Blazers. Harris with it. On the high screen from Duren. Hesitates into the paint, pumps it up and in. Tobias Harris locked in right now.
That's good.
Jabbed away. That adds to the turnover totals tonight. And that is just definitely something that is killing the Blazers right now. And it, look, it comes down to not having a point guard out.